immigrants. Currently, there are 4.2 million immigrants living in South Africa. On today's episode, we're going to dive into why people come to South Africa, why they stay, and why eventually we are privileged to call this beautiful nation our home. Many people choose to come to South Africa because of capitalism, free enterprise, freedom to practice your own religion, freedom to have your own opinion, and the freedom to try, freedom to fail, and the freedom to start over again. So the other day, I'm having a heated discussion amongst our senior management team in a boardroom setting. So there's 12, 13 of us, and I asked them, have you ever seen one lazy immigrant? And everybody starts looking around the room and, come to think of it, no, we've never seen a lazy immigrant. So what is a common trait amongst immigrants? And they say they are very hardworking, so very strong and healthy work ethic, and they're very resourceful. They make things happen. I said, okay, great. Remember one thing. Most of the immigrants that are living in South Africa, or that escaped a terrible situation. So they ran away from something and they came to the land of milk and honey, which is South Africa. Now let's dive into why, or some of the reasons that people would escape a country and come to South Africa. Let's get into it. First of all, employment opportunities. Some of the countries out there don't offer the opportunities that South Africa does. Secondly, to escape violence or conflict. Many African and European, Western, Eastern countries have difficult times due to conflict. People escape that because they want safety and security for themselves, first of all, and their families. Educational purposes. So in some countries, if you are female, for example, you can't go and study further. So parents that are parents to daughters will escape that regime or that oppression to come to a country where they can have freedom to choose to send their daughter or their son to university. It's a very big thing because if our children are our future, we have to set them up and provide the most for them to be successful. And lastly, environmental factors. So if you think about capitalism and you think about free enterprise and you think about the opportunities to start something, fail, and then have an opportunity to restart. If you are living in a communist country, which I grew up in, you don't have the freedom to go and start your own business. You can't because everything is government owned. You are very restricted. It's not a free-for-all, but it's a free country to start a business. It costs you a couple of $100 to register a company. And if you provide a product or a service and the market likes it, no government can influence whether you are successful or not. In South Africa, if you provide value to the consumer, you'll make it. You'll grow and eventually lead a team. Here's some of the characteristics that I really and truly admire of all immigrants that perhaps if you are locally born, you can learn from. Number one is courage. To leave a country, to leave everything that you know and love for this wonderful wish, which is my future, my children's future, takes incredible amount of courage. It takes humility and perseverance as well as grit. That's why more immigrants start businesses in America than Americans start businesses in America. I'm going to repeat that. More immigrants start businesses in the largest, most competitive market on the planet, which is the USA, than locally born entrepreneurs start a business in the USA. It takes a lot of courage and grit. So I'm going to leave you with this message. I'm going to leave you with 3 things that you should be thinking about. First of all, what can we learn from immigrants? That is, develop a can-do attitude. I can do anything. If I apply myself to it, I can do anything. And if I fail, I'm going to learn, adjust, and just revisit my strategy and get onto my quest for success. Number 2, shameful work. So you need to go and think for yourself, what is shameful work? I worked at Spa, packing packets, groceries, taking it to the people's cars and loading it in the boot. Because my culture as a man, I can't depend on my mom to give me money for movies or whatever the case might be. So there's no work in my mind that's shameful. So if you say, no, I'll never pack packets, most probably you're in your 30s living at home and expecting your parents to give you some money so that you and your friends can go and hang out and have drinks. If you are in your 30s, or you know somebody that's in your 30s, in their 30s, a friendship, family circle, they are to maybe watch this video and reevaluate their values and principles of what shameful work is, where you can actually start and with enough can-do attitude grow into and add value into people's lives. And lastly, I'm going to leave you with this. Have a no way I'm failing attitude. Now, if a locally born person that's got a support structure, aunties, uncles, many people that have a safety net that they can fall back into. I'll live with my uncle for a while until I get on my feet. If you develop an immigrant attitude, I cannot fail, because failing means I have to go back to the hell or whatever place I'm coming from and go and face that adversity. So while I'm here, I'm going to give it my best. There's no shameful work, there's no shameful place to start, and I'm not going to fail. In closing, I'm going to leave you with this last message. Let's take the word immigrant, modify it slightly, and come up with a new word. And that word is, I'm going to grant myself an opportunity right now, today, right now, to make a successful life to myself, my family, my community, and my entire country. If you like this message and you enjoyed my video, please leave us a comment. Also, do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Hope we leave you better than we find you. Take care and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.